So welcome back to another episode of Tractor Roy. Glad you could join me today. Wanted to do a little video on what's been going on. I've kind of been weird with the video schedule. It's kind of been bugging me, and then kind of let you guys know what all is going to happen from here and what my plans are for the channel. So as a winter project, I've got that Allis-Chalmers WD-45 that's still in the shop. I got to get the rebuild kit for that once haying season finishes up, and then hopefully get that put together. And then after that, I've got a couple of projects. This H or this MD is probably pretty high up on the list for a winter project. I've got this International 300 that's probably on that list. It runs. I got to tighten up the steering box, and then I've got a new set of wheels and tires I'm going to throw on this thing. Used tires, but new wheels. Somewhere on that list too is this other M. So the engine's freed up on this one. That's a H radiator, so it's not going to work. I do have the grill for it, and I've got another radiator. I just got to patch the hole in it. Otherwise, for the most part, everything's there on this one. This H with the loader, it runs, and it's kind of posted up for sale now. I can't, if it doesn't sell, I mean, I'm not really in a hurry because I'll keep it. It's in pretty good shape, honestly. Like, everything's pretty straight. There's not a whole lot of welds on it. And then this Super A is going to get used for parts for that B. There's a couple of things I can save off of it, especially like that torque tube, because I can put an electric starter on my B. And then I'll probably save some of the front end stuff. That steering gear's cracked. One of the final drives is cracked, but he's got a couple more that are about this shape, and I think a decent engine. So he's got like 6 halves and then one engine. So I might buy, I don't know, 3 or 4 of those halves from him and try and piece one together off of this and the rest of those. And this swather needs some help. I think this winter I'd like to try and go through all the bearings on this head. At least go through and adjust everything to make sure it's where it needs to be. I have that one bearing on the far side that I got to try and see if I can get replaced. That way I can keep using it and finish up the, I don't know, last 30 acres of hay I got to do for the year and then call it good. And this New Holland 278 baler, the knotters, something's up with the knotters. I think maybe there's a key stock on that shaft that drives them that's broken. And that's why, because it'll sometimes tie and then it sometimes won't. And it doesn't matter what the adjustments are. It just is all over the place. So a neighbor of ours had that issue, and he ended up going to put a whole new knotter stack on there, and then found that Woodruff key was broken. So he replaced that, and it actually solved his problem. And it was really close to the similar issues as this, because there's not one issue. Yeah, it'll break on either side of the knot. Sometimes it just won't tie a knot, and then sometimes it'll tie 3 or 4 bales just fine, and then it goes back to doing that. But this one's pretty far down on the list. That 275 New Holland that I've got, it ties really well. It's just kind of loose, so I break shear bolts a lot because the clearances are a little too much in the plunger. So I might try and rebuild that again. I've put new bearings on the plunger, but I might just try and tighten everything up, new guide rails and stuff. And then the Super Sweep on that other one, there's a ton of stuff broken on it. So there's a parts baler out where we've been getting that tractor. So I might see if I can pick that up and just put a whole new Super Sweep on, or new sweep under there. And as far as what's been going on, just, I don't know, hay stuff, just trying to beat the weather kind of makes it hard because I'm doing custom cutting for other people. So I got to try and do it as fast as I can and get it put up before the rain. If it was my own stuff, I could take the time and it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But my own stuff I did way earlier in the year, and I kind of wish I would have filmed more, but you live and learn. Now I've kind of, with that new John Deere baler I've been using after I put that new input shaft bearing in there, it's been going a lot better. So once I can get that thing cleaned up, that John Deere baler is working great. The D17 has done fantastic with that baler. And then I've even got the bale wagon working right. And I didn't film that either. I should have done fixing that. But oh well. But the equipment's coming together. It's starting to make it so it'll be a lot nicer next year. It's just hard, filming takes it's like a whole job in itself. So you got haying and then you have filming. So it's just, and the haying takes, as long as it takes. Well, the filming takes just as long. So you're twice as long trying to get something filmed and still get the project done. So I kind of like working on this stuff more than I like haying, filming wise. But need some recommendations for which project you want to see coming up. That WD-45 is going to be first, but after that, then I'm going to, I don't really know what I want to do yet. This H, engine's locked up. Everything else is there. Stuck a bore scope in there, and pistons look good and the cylinders look good. So I think I'm just going to have to pull the oil pan, maybe like knock those pistons up, free them up. I think the rings are stuck. I don't think it'll be too big a deal. The transmission all works. It rolls, just the engine. This MD, the engine's free in it, and I think it really just needs cleaned up, and it probably just kind of needs a revival on it. The tires on this one's good. This one holds air, but it's not great. But I do have that M over there has brand new tires, and then I have a new set that'll go between any of these tractors, really. So in the comments down below, let me know if you want to see the H, the MD, the straight M, the International 300, maybe some more on that B, and maybe piecing an A together. So let me know what I need to work on first. And as always, thanks for watching Tractor Roy. Glad you're sticking with me, and hopefully we can kind of get the video schedule figured out and get the projects more meaningful projects back up and rolling. Till next time.